Hey, welcome to my channel. Are you struggling with low-quality architecture renderings on Midjourney? It could be your prompts and formula. In this video, I'll show you advanced Midjourney prompts and formulas for high-quality outputs. From lighting to composition, we'll cover it all. So let's get started. First, avoid the common mistakes when creating prompts, which include being too ambiguous or specific, using biased language or assumptions, providing incomplete information, and very long prompts. Part 2. Using Midjourney v5 instead of v4. If you are the advanced user, you can skip this part. Using the /settings command and selecting the model version v5 or v5.1. Part 3. Keep your prompt simple and clear by using our formula. The formula is project type plus architecture style plus architect's name, plus facade plus rendering style plus view plus environment plus light. Renowned architects are known for their distinctive styles. By leveraging the vast collection of famous architectural images available online, AI can replicate specific shapes and materials used in those iconic designs. This makes it easier to describe your own architecture on Midjourney by simply mentioning the architect or studio name, which is quicker and more precise than providing lengthy prompts. When we used the name of the architect Bjarke Ingels, the AI-generated image we received exhibited a remarkable resemblance to his design style, with an exceptional level of detail tailored to our environment and location. Our Architecture Midjourney Prompts Guidebook features a collection of 28 well-known architects' styles, along with their corresponding test images, which is continually updated. You can simply choose the architecture style that appeals to you and then copy the corresponding prompt into Midjourney. If you switch the architect's style from Bjarke Ingels to Peter Zumthor, you'll notice a significant contrast in the outcome. The architecture generated by Midjourney shares the similar facade and materials as Peter Zumthor's designs. As a final example, let's consider Ome architecture. If you want to get more creative, you can add some extra details to your prompts. For instance, you could include specific features like red light inside or metal structure inside, and adopt a particular architectural style, such as the Ome style. And if you want to really make the building shine, you could use dim lighting to create a beautiful effect at night. You can also generate corresponding interior spaces by copying the previous prompt and add word interior. By using a prompt that we previously used, but this time in the design style of Peter Zumthor, the interior rendering now corresponds perfectly with the exterior architecture. Once more, I replicated the prompt, this time for the OMA architectural style, and added the term lobby interior. The outcome is strikingly similar to the lobby of the museum. Here's another neat trick. You can combine the names of two architects in one prompt, and Midjourney will merge their styles together. The outcome is often quite impressive and unique. Let's mix together the styles of Ome and Antoni Gaudi and see what kind of design we can come up with. I think the result is very cool. Love the facade. Part 4. Rendering Styles. In the Architecture Midjourney Prompts Guidebook, we provided a comprehensive list of factors for the prompt formula, along with sample prompts for testing purposes. Having reviewed the architects' names against these factors, let us now explore how to articulate different architectural rendering styles. Mir is an architecture rendering studio situated in Bergen, Norway, which produces top-notch visualizations for firms such as Snøhetta, Big, and Zaha Hadid. Despite being of exceptional quality, Mir maintains a boutique feel and nurtures a relaxed demeanor that is uncommon in studios of comparable prestige. As the view parameter was not included in the formula, it is evident that the output renderings are from different perspectives. However, the use of Mir rendering in the prompt results in highly visualized outputs akin to those created for design competitions. I tried another prompt includes Kengo Kuma. The output is very beautiful as well. In the guidebook, you'll discover a wide range of impressive rendering styles to use for architecture competitions. After that, I'll show you how to create prompts for architecture models. In order to facilitate comparison of the outcomes, I will replicate the prompts utilized in the previous section, with the exception of modifying the display in the equation and appending the term axonometric, along with a brief description of the model. Let's switch things up and use some different prompts that we used before. And to make it even more interesting, let's experiment with various materials for our model, such as transparent plastic, colorful plastic, wood, and more. Enabling version 5.1 will result in a wooden model rendering that appears more lifelike and contains greater detail. Part 5. Landscape Design. Did you know that landscape design follows a similar formula to architecture design? That means you can use prompts to add details like paving options, outdoor furniture, or sculptures, depending on what your project needs. And if you're not sure where to start, the Guidebook has a handy list of test elements specifically for landscape design, which you can easily copy and paste. Let's get creative with our outdoor spaces. When it comes to rendering landscapes, the lighting specified in the prompts has a greater impact on the final outcome compared to architecture. I ran a test using the same prompt for landscape design, architecture, interior design, and urban design, but with different lighting parameters. Let's take a look at the results and see what differences we can observe. Part 6. Masterplan. In addition to creating architectural renderings, Midjourney is also capable of generating master plans. While the formula may differ slightly from architecture formulas, the essential requirement for a master plan is a top view. It may also involve identifying major landmarks and incorporating distinct rendering styles associated with the architect's name, which we have listed in previous part. Check out this bad example of a prompt. Even though the project description seems easy to understand, it's actually way too long and contains way too much information for the AI to handle when generating just one image. That usually leads to the final outcome looking distorted or having weird colors. Here's another tip for creating a masterful prompt. You can try using the Niji version, which isn't just for anime-style art. It can also give your master plan-style art a lighter and clearer look, almost like a rendering in Photoshop. As you can see, these images are much cleaner with less bold colors and 3D trees compared to the previous outputs. AI image generation is an exciting and rapidly advancing field with the potential to revolutionize visual content creation. Let's continue to explore and push the boundaries of what's possible with this incredible technology. Thanks for watching.